Hello, everybody. Let's just get straight into this. My game of the year was a little indie game called Into the Breach.
The little indie game that could.
Yeah, when it was about to come out, I was I was ready for it because I liked FTL.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people don't like FTL and think it's a little. I don't know. People just don't seem to like FTL for some reason or.
I'm one of them.
Yeah.
For some reason, it just didn't gel with me. I get why people like it. I wasn't into it.
When I saw Into the Breach on Steam, before it came out, I was like, wait no, getting that weird feeling in my stomach because I saw that it was the little board,
Mm-hmm.
and I was like, how can you get like gameplay, a lot of gameplay with that?
Yeah.
And then you play it and you're like, oh, all right. It's just to start with a blanket statement. It really is a really great game that we enjoyed the heck out of, and that great 3-week period in Glasgow last year in the beginning of end of January, beginning of February. That's when Into the Breach came out in Europe.
Yeah.
Probably around the world. I'm not too sure. It was snowing like fuck. What was the name of that?
I can't remember.
Storm Irma or something like that. It was snowing like fuck, and it just came out, and I was just like, it's like sharing an experience with people in a game. Me, John, and Lloyd were all in the living room. We're old batty laptops, all playing this game and going, I just got that? Did you? I couldn't get that. Just discussing.
We were kind of comparing as we were going, like what we were doing, like what mechs we were playing with and stuff like that. Like it was one of those feelings of like it felt like playing a retro game and actually like talking with your friends about like how to beat it and how far you've got. Like I can't remember the last time I actually talked about a game like that with people and played it in the same room with other people. Like maybe the last time was like World of Warcraft when we used to go up Martin's house and play it.
Or Left 4 Dead when we used to hook the tellies up.
Yeah, the local co-op for Left 4 Dead was like one of those moments where
there was loads of other games that we could have done that way, but we never did. We did just Left 4 Dead.
Yeah, Left 4 Dead really sparked up something in people though, where they were like obsessed with it, and I can understand why.
And everybody, two people were playing on a little telly, and the other people were playing on the big telly. Like that was the people who were actually wanting to play Left 4 Dead.
The two people that were on the wee telly got the raw deal because they weren't as good. They were getting carried.
It's why I like it.
Yeah.
It was that everybody was talking about it, and it's just a fucking genuinely good game.
Yeah.
With a lot of variety, even if it is the same like maps and islands forever.
Yeah.
He's the fucking creator has like worked that.
It's like
the if you die, then the pilot teleports back.
Yeah.
And I just think that's a great idea.
It's a great wee like loop that they've created for to make it so that like you never really feel so hard done by if you get beat. You just start again and then you don't really mind doing it. It's such a quick game, even though you can sit and stress over a move for like half an hour sometimes. It would just be like, I don't know what to do with this next move because it's chess. The thing about it is it's just a tiny little super stripped back version of chess, but with silly robots.
With a 1.5 reset button.
Yeah. It's really, really clever that it gives you that little bit of wiggle room, but not too much. It's really hard. Like, I can't progress by a certain point because my brain doesn't work like that. Like, there's
a tension to it as well when you're getting close to beating it. You're like, and then just like that, something will fucking fuck you up.
Yeah.
Just let out anywhere. You'll lose a mech or something. Yeah. I love sacrificing mechs as well. And on the very last level, there's loads of lava everywhere.
Yeah.
And I love like just the idea of this big fucking robot being a hero. Just that. No, just pushing something into a thing, right? Just a robot just pushing a big bug into a pit of lava, and then the volcano it just comes in and kills you. It's in your, it doesn't look like that, but in your head you can just imagine these big fucking robots just mashing these bugs. I love all the powers the robots have.
Yeah.
A robot that can freeze thingy. You're like, that's fucking stupid, and then you play as the robot that can freeze thingy, and you're like, that's one of the best robots in the game.
Yeah. The ones that don't really seem like they've got much utility are all of a sudden, like, if you know how to use them, it opens up this entire world of gameplay that you didn't think was there before, because everything chains in together. Like, the robot that has the weird electric whip can chain through buildings and people to hit as many targets as possible.
It's such a good idea.
It's a really good idea. There's so much gameplay from such a small amount. It's amazing. Doing a lot with not a lot. It's a really clever game. It would have been my game of the year as well, had it not been for a little game called Gris. I assume it's pronounced Gris. It's just Gris, all in caps. And it's basically maybe one of the most beautiful looking 2D platformer games ever made by anyone. It's like this sort of character has like lost her voice. She's like, you find her up on like a statue's hand. It's like a giant statue, and she's sitting in the palm of its hand, and she tries to sing but she can't, and it's like this weird sort of darkness is sort of following you throughout the entire game. And like you discover more powers as you do in 2D platformers. Generally, you unlock a new thing, like, you know, Metroid-y kind of style, where you all of a sudden you can use your cloak to turn into like a heavy square weight, and you like do the ground pound. You get like very typical 2D platformer things like that in it, but how it's presented and the pace of it's only 3 hours long. In fact, less than that if you just really charge through it. So it doesn't waste your time at all, which I really value at this point with video games, because I don't know if you've noticed on the channel, not a lot of game stuff these days, not a lot of game reviews, because games don't really jump out to me as much these days. Like, there's been some amazing stuff in 2018, like the Red Strings Club I loved as well, and I would love to talk about. Gorogoa I loved as well, and I'd love to talk about, but I didn't really feel like games were my priority until Gris came. It was like right at the end of the year for me as well, and I thought, it's beautiful. And that's what I want from games now, is like a game that can actually wow me by just how it looks and it feels. It sounds amazing as well. It's got this amazing like sound design, but just that art style and just the way it's presented.
The thing is, it's not like you didn't play any of the big boys this year.
No.
You've played Red Dead 2, you've played God of War. God of War. I
didn't play Spider-Man, but that was the only one from the really big hitters.
I've played Spider-Man. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's Insomniac. They know how to play.
Sorry, but see all those ones since Spider-Man 2 to that point, why couldn't you get the swinging right?
Yeah. I mean, they might have, but it was buried underneath all the other shit. Like Shattered Dimensions apparently is okay, but
it's a game full of ideas. That sometimes don't resonate with you. So,
but it's like that looked like a really polished, well-made Spider-Man game, but I haven't played it. And like God of War did absolutely nothing for me. It was really tedious in that big budget blockbuster video game way that all games feel like to me now. Same with Red Dead, just had this really shallow, vapid feeling where it was like, I get it, it's a big budget Hollywood movie of a game. Didn't make me feel anything. Gris, the moment you turn it on, I had like tears in my eyes towards the end. It was great because it does it all with no dialogue. There's no dialogue in the game. There's just sound design and fucking perfectly presented like art. It is just moving art. It's great.
When you lose your pilot with all the stats and into the breach, it gets you there.
That it hurts because you've built your guy. It's like losing someone in XCOM that you've been fighting with for fucking ages. It's
we played that for 2 fucking weeks straight.
Yep.
And then put it back in its box.
Yeah. It was it
did what it needed today.
It was a powerful emotional experience for 2 weeks, and then we've not played it since, really. Which is that's fine. People think that if you love a game, you have to keep going back to it and keep playing it forever. It's not about wasting all your time playing video games.
That was a revelation thinking about that. It's like I've got multiplayer games have made you think that you have to play a game every fucking single day.
Yeah.
And you really don't.
No, you absolutely don't. You can have that experience and just let it sit in your memory as this perfect little thing, and people forget that.
People are just so fucking... people are so jaded with all these fucking gun games.
Yeah.
That
And too many of these like free games that you can sink all your time into. This Apex Legends thing's got me fucking wound up. I don't get it. People are spending way too much time over these stupid things. It's just another one of these games. It will be gone soon enough. People will forget it. It will be lost to the annals. But I think things like Into the Breach and Gris will stand the test of time because not enough people are tripping over themselves to gush about how good these games are, because they are just that good. And I know I know Into the Breach especially was in a lot of people's top 10s, but it's one of those ones where it's the indie darling for the year, and I'm worried that a lot of people put it into the top 10 just because...
I think the indie darling of the year was Celeste, wasn't it?
Celeste was pretty high up for a lot of people,
everybody was...
Yeah. I would say Into the Breach is an infinitely better game than Celeste. Celeste isn't bad, it's just... It doesn't blow me away in that way.
It's really
that
hard,
Into the Breach does. Yeah, it's really hard, but also it feels less rewarding for the difficulty. Into the Breach is really rewarding for its difficulty. Celeste just feels like it's being hard because Super Meat Boy was hard. It feels a lot like Super Meat Boy to me, Celeste, where I'm just like, I'd actually rather go back and play Super Meat Boy.
Super Meat Boy was as hard as your skill level was.
Yeah.
The game was really fair.
Oh yeah, very fair. Celeste is very fair as well. Like,
Right.
I'm not going to take anything away from Celeste. It's a good game, but it just didn't feel important to me. Into the Breach feels important. Gris feels super important, and people don't really talk about it a lot that I've seen.
Well, I think we've kind of spoke about what we liked. We've spoke about the AAA games.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's us then, eh?
Yeah.
Nice and short. I don't know how long this is, but nice and short. Just one more thing to say before we go. Fuck Anthem.